give me a, oh God, maybe they want like a, give me a J.
J.
Or no, it's give me a K, give me an I, give me an L, give me an L. Who did the Jews kill? Jesus.
You
With
could
those
do that.
nails in my hands, we'll all go to the promised land. Yay, we get to a mansion in heaven. The only thing that sucks about based on, but I'm making fun of that.
But the thing is, you could use the fact that you were raised as a Christian in a
Right.
Christian household,
Right.
so you know what it's like.
Right.
You know what it's like to be a Christian.
Well, and I've got this old joke about Walnut Creek, and that there's a new gang out there, and it's really scary, and they're called the Bloods of Christ. And what they did is, it was terrible. It was it's documented. They
Is this real?
no,
Oh, I
this
was
is a
supposed to
joke.
say.
It's
you
documented.
have me
Yeah.
going.
They were drinking. They were drinking the blood of Christ. They were drinking Clos de Vol in the bathroom. They found him with a nice bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon. But the worst was when they sat on this little fat kid and they force fed him a roll, and they were like, "This is my body broken for you." It's a Jesus thing, and so yeah, they're the Bloods of Christ. They're mean. They're mean little kids. They're crazy. Crazy
I
gang.
think you roll with that one. I think you can roll.
Crazy gang.
Okay, that's
Hyper
perfect.
Christians. They held down this poor little atheist boy, and they did that thing with the spit where they like drooled it down, tried to suck it up, and you know what he did? He just turned the other cheek.
Okay, you know why that joke will go well? Because also there's a gang culture in
Oh, there's
Little
a
Rock.
gang culture?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
a documentary
Bloods
called Banging in Little Rock.
Oh my God.
And this is like from the 90s. So there was like a Bloods and Crips like rivalry in Little Rock.
They're called the Bloods of Christ. I think it's a funny joke.
You gotta put that one
See,
on.
I think that the Jesus material, I think that a lot of times my Jesus material doesn't go over here because nobody reads the Bible. Like my Bible delving stuff, the other joke is that I'm sitting out and I'll be like, have you guys ever gone Bible delving? I used to do it as a kid, and you take your Bible and you go out in nature and you sit down and stump and Jesus and you say, Jesus, show me what you need me to know. Show me what you need me to see. And you randomly open your Bible and you run your finger down and open your eyes. And mine were always about sodomy. Like I couldn't get out of Leviticus. Like, what's going on, man?
I think I think your Bible jokes will go well.
Okay, yeah, because you know my favorite Bible verse is Leviticus 20:12, which is if you sleep with your father-in-law, you should both be stoned. I love to be stoned.
So
you
get it.
guys, I'm a stoner. But
Okay.
can I paint Jesus in a positive? I feel like I can do my Jesus material.
Just so I wouldn't just go on a Jesus ramble.
No.
Yeah.
I mean those jokes. Those are jokes.
Yeah.
I have to do 15 minutes. I mean, I guess.
So you could and then go back to being a nasty person.
Well, and I don't. I mean, yeah. I don't want. I want them to like me. So, but I can do cat jokes, and I don't want to do like. I was like, oh, my clean material, Kafka Roach Coach, but I don't think. I don't want them to think I'm a pretentious. I mean, I guess I can say it like, so I'm a pretentious poet from San Francisco. I'm totally. I thought I'd shit on San Francisco. I was like, you know what?
Totally.
Because I can literally talk about the poop. Like, I can literally shit on the city. And you can't shit on San Francisco in San Francisco. But in Little Rock, Arkansas, I can shit all over San Francisco. Right? And be like, we are gross.
Yes.
What is happening?
They will appreciate that.
Well, but will they like, do you think my San Francisco hygiene ones are, I think, is that too gross?
No, the fact that you are tearing down, they like to hear liberals tear down their liberal cities, so they'll feel comfortable. That way you can go into talking about, like, Jesus.
Right.
It's a nice segue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can talk about the poo on the streets in San Francisco and be like, what is going on?
Just like
rent is $3,500 and you can step in human feces all the time.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
This is what we liberals are paying for.
Yeah, this is what we're like. It's so sunny and love it. It's sunny and nice here too. I guess if I open up with like, I love this, but you guys are great. I was so scared that I was gonna come here and be like this liberal pariah, like this scary feminist. Whoa, she's walking. She can read. She's walking down the
She can breathe.
She's a witch.
She's not married.
Yeah, I know. That used to be. I mean, and that's the other thing. I can't do my perspective joke. I don't think about my ex-husband's tiny penis.
You had a brother with a tiny penis?
Yeah, it's the perspective. So I have a joke where it's like, it's perspective, it was because I was, you know, a virgin when I got married, and he was the only guy I ever had sex with. I never knew, like, anything. I was just like, yeah, and he'd be like, I have big time. Like, yeah, it's huge, it's great, I love it. He never let me get dildos or anything because I like just didn't even. I didn't realize. I was just like, oh, he doesn't like that stuff. He doesn't want it. I didn't realize it was because of like compare. I didn't even know. And we go to dinner parties and people would be like, your husband, yeah, oh yeah, he's like, what? And I'd be like, yeah, what, yeah. And then I left him and I moved to San Francisco. I became the whore of Sodom and Gomorrah, and I slept with my first white guy, and I was like, your dick is enormous. And he was like, 6 inches is pretty standard. And I thought, wow, perspective. The more you know. Not all stereotypes are real, everybody.
It's true.
They're just stereotypes. Because they're generally true, but not always true.
Sometimes you strike out.
Sometimes, I mean, and he's I hate to, I mean, I don't hate to tell, he doesn't have that time anyway. I mean, it was just, I really did, I just didn't know that's why we never used.
You were never able to use a vibrator because of these.
Right? No, because he did. I just didn't know. And it wasn't a problem. I mean, I was with him for. I didn't leave him because of that. It wasn't like that. I mean, he's a lovely human being and a really, really nice guy, and I'm glad that he's married to. And it doesn't really whatever, but it's just the joke is funny because he's an African American gentleman. And
I'm wondering, does he let his wife have dildos?
His new wife. I think that we were married so young and didn't really understand things. I mean, I don't think. But with that, I mean, that's the thing is, how much sex can I talk about since they're like a moralistic people? A little bit. I mean, I can clean it up. You could say dick. I mean, you could say dick on TV.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like...
I'm not going to say fuck swear, though.
No. I love the fact that you're so kind of like slightly frightened.
I am. I'm totally. I'm going to do a lot of research. I really am. I'm doing research on Arkansas. I want to know like things about, and I'm going to be there for their on Thanksgiving. I'm flying on Thanksgiving. I'm there Thanksgiving.
Oh
night.
shit, that's soon.
Yeah, it's coming up. And then I've got all.
You're going to eat really good.
I hope so. I'm going to be there all Friday day, sort of like being like I'm in Arkansas, and all that kind of stuff is. I think that's kind of how I want to start out and talk is like. Be like, I love this place, and like it is so different than San Francisco, you guys. I mean, I can even say I come from Sodom and Gomorrah. I come in peace. But I mean, I don't know. I do. I have a biblical background, and I think that could actually serve me in that.
Of course, yeah. But I mean, you're
all nanny material.
Be fine. You'll be there, and you'll just have gravy on everything.
I love gravy.
So
there's nothing wrong with gravy.
You're gonna, yeah. Ooh, you're gonna have a good Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think so.
Now.
I'm a little bummed that Jonathan was not able to make the trip with me. It was cost prohibitive, and it was too much time. He couldn't take that much time off of work because he has that new Austin job.
Oh, that's right.
But I'm gonna go, hang out with Steve Poggi, old dumbface himself, and his new and future wife.
Wait, is this the lady that he was?
Right, the lady from before she's back with her dogs that attacked him. But then he spent one of them actually died or something. He spent the whole weekend in like in the veterinary ER and spent a lot of money on her dogs and her dog.
I'm sorry. He just random shit always happens to him.
Yeah. Well, random shit like him headlining at the Looney Bin in Funnyville, the Little Rock, Arkansas Looney Bin.
That's gonna be fun.
I really hope that I don't cry. I get to do 2 shows a night, and
you're getting paid.
I'm getting paid, and I get to stay in like the comedy condo. Like they have a condo that they have their people staying in.
And you're gonna have Thanksgiving dinner there.
Yeah, I'm really excited, and I just have enough confidence in myself and my material. And enough, I've been doing this now for 7.5 years. I've been in comedy. I should be able to do, and I can do 15 minutes, no problem. I just have to not do any abortion jokes. And I need to fly for like 7 hours that day. So I'm going to take the time to really like go through my jokes, write down things that I think are appropriate, that I can stick with, and, things to avoid, like, avoid abortion jokes.
I think you'll be able to cut loose a lot more. I really do while you're there.
After that first show, we'll see how what works and what
You
doesn't.
can, at the closing night, you can throw in an abortion.
I'm
joke.
still though, I'm the MC, so they have, no matter what happens, I can't bomb because they have to like me throughout the show. Or if they hate me, I can even plan that. I can be like, hey, you hate me. Let's get me off stage and get the new comic on stage. I mean, and I don't want to be too heavy-handed with the feminism, but even that statement in itself is political because heavy-handed comes from slapping your bitch in the face. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be heavy-handed with the feminism, but the word, but you know, there's no men in the word feminist. It's the only word. I mean, I think my
That's true.
menstruation joke is hilarious. Like, the one thing that guys always complain about that grosses them the fuck out. They've got their name all over it. Menstruation. Seriously?
Menstruation.
You started with men. You're like, oh, it's gross. It smells funny. And you're like a witch. And it's called menstruation. Why? Why do you put your name all over it? So I don't want to come across as an angry feminist because, but I am kind of an angry feminist. Like,
But that's funny.
I think it's
I think you'll be all right.
I hope so.
You'll be all right.
I mean,
If you were going to like Gainesville, Florida, I would question.
oh, wow.
And that's the dick of the Americas. Florida, the biggest dick of the country.
Well, Key West is pretty nice.
Yeah, but Florida's still a dick.
I just, we'll swing it back around to politics. Since I really do feel like we should have two different countries. I feel like
I'm ready to
trying
succeed.
to make, yeah. I mean, California, Oregon, Washington, Nevada, if you want to come with us, great. You don't have to. Cool. Utah, it's up to you guys, really. You can come with us. But
Colorado.
probably not. If they just want to keep the middle and the south their own country, New York can be its own country. Like,
The
I just don't-
nor'easters.
I just don't feel comfortable or confident in our representation right now. And yeah, we won the House back, and that's great. But now we have a Republican president. We have a Republican state. There's two bills that in two states that are trying to overturn human rights, because women are humans.
There's that man
I'm
again.
human.
There's that man. There's that man
That
again.
man. The man is all up in my uterus.
I can't get away from that
I
man.
can't get away from him. He's all. That's the thing. It's political. It's in our language. It's everywhere that we are subordinate. That the Bible says, and that women are imperfect because the Bible says God took a curved rib from Adam, and Adam wasn't. So he basically made Adam imperfect, and used an imperfect thing to fashion woman out like a subordinate. Really? So God took clay or whatever and was like, I just made man. And he breathed life into me. He's like, man, you're bad. And then rather than just do that again with a new being with a vagina, nay. And it's like, well, of course he took the man and then fashioned part of the man into a woman because she couldn't possibly have been made from the breath of God, and the dust. Like, man, no, nay. So somehow from the beginning of time, we've been subjugated, or at least in literature that people study and create social mores and cultures out of.
Definitely learned in the Old Testament.
Yeah,
That-
definitely learned in the Old Testament.
Like
But
basically poison your bitch.
oh, you're jealous? It's her fault. We're going to get the priest to poison her and then she's going to have an abortion. I don't get
And people read this thing and they like to pick and
People-
choose.
Study it and believe it.
Yeah, I mean, but for some reason people always skip that part. I'm like, there's abortion in the Bible. It's just like, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't talk or do politics for a minute because it's so exhausting every day.
It is.
It's like a
Can we
sport.
take a break? What the Bible says about abortion. I mean, I'm just what does the Bible say about abortion? Surprisingly, abortion is never mentioned in the Bible, despite the fact that it had been practiced since ancient times in a variety of means. However, a number of Bible passages have been cited as being relevant to the abortion issue. I find this scintillating because
Oh, look what site you're on.
Christian Bible references, what does the Bible say about abortion? Frequently asked questions. Is abortion a sin? Is abortion murder? Is it ever right to have an abortion? Will God forgive me if I have an abortion? How should I treat someone who has had an abortion? How should I treat someone who disagrees with my beliefs about abortion? Whoa. Abortion, infanticide, and child abandonment were permitted under Roman law at the time of Jesus. Surprisingly, abortion is never mentioned in the Bible, despite the fact that it had been practiced since ancient times by a variety of means. However, a number of Bible passages have been cited as being relevant to abortion issues. They may well state some general principles that are relevant, but none of them were originally intended as statements about abortion. The following three passages and others are sometimes evidence that a fetus is a truly living being and deserves the same protection. However, when read in context, it seems clear that that was not the intended message. Luke chapter 1 tells about God's intervention in the miraculous births of Jesus and John the Baptist. Jeremiah chapter 1 is about Jeremiah is called to be a prophet. Job chapter 10 is Job's plea to God to relieve his unfair suffering. This is the thing with Mary. At that time, Mary got ready. This is a weird thing. I always love this in the Bible too, and it's like witchcraft is bad, but then it's so you believe that an angel came to Mary with some of God's sperm in a cup and stuck it in there, like basically an angel raped Mary with God's semen or touched. Anyways, so God made Mary have a special baby. Just even like trying to wrap my brain around the concept of how we. I mean, and not just like.
Well, even when you were talking about the Adam and Eve thing and the serpent.
Oh, the serpent comes, yes, and of course he tempts Eve. And
yeah.
I love the metaphor of the tree of life because, once you have knowledge of a thing, you can't go back. And I get that. Like, I get that and I appreciate that as a life metaphor, that ignorance is bliss. But once you're no longer ignorant, then you can't ever go back to that ignorance. Like, now. So, being like, I'm an accidental racist, but it's not accidental. We have to fess up to our actions. Once you realize that, or I realized that I was steeped in and I was all of my, growing up, all of my experience have been steeped in this racism that I might or might not have been privy to at the time because of my youth and my innocence. And then, once that's stripped away and I see myself having racist patterns and I'm like, whoa! And then once I recognize that, once I become awoke, you can't be unwoke. I mean, I guess I would be asleep.
If you're Kanye, you can.
Did he make a new album called Unwoke? Is he the one that sang the fibbity-dee, fibbity-dee,
yeah.
scoopity-poo, scoopity-poo, poopity-poopity, scoopity-poo?
I always thought the Bible to me was scary because I went to Catholic school.
The Bible is fucking scary.
It's a fucking, it's not a fairy tale. Fairy tales are scary too, but the Bible scared the shit out of me.
If God really loves you, then he's going to come down and get an angel to rape you in the night. You're going to have a child that you didn't mean to have, and no one will believe you. Everyone will be like, oh, that Mary, she's a hoe. Look at that. Joseph didn't, they're not married.
Well, Mary Magdalene, which is my personal favorite one. Prostitute, what they do, they stoned her in the middle of the square. Yeah, stoned. And then Jesus said, stop throwing shit at her. I like this bitch.
Nice. At that time, Mary got ready and hurried to a town in the hill country of Judea where she entered Zechariah's home and greeted Elizabeth. When Elizabeth heard Mary was greeting, the baby leaped in her womb, and Elizabeth was filled with the Holy Spirit. In a loud voice, she exclaimed, "Blessed are you among women, and blessed the child you will bear. But why am I so favored? The mother of my Lord shall come to me. As soon as the sound of your greeting reached my ears, the baby in my womb leapt for joy." Okay, I understand why they're saying that this supports abortion, or supports it's anti-abortion stuff. Is that Mary, that Jesus was inside Mary, and she heard the voice. So the baby's real. They're saying that. Well, obviously, if it's in the Bible that Jesus was alive in her womb, and stuff.
Because she got raped by the angel. She got touched by an angel.
She got touched by an
angel.
But a bunch. But that's so funny to me though that's like being good. Like that's a good thing for a Christian. Like, oh, the Lord has favored me. Now the word of the Lord came to me saying, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. And before you were born, I consecrated you and appointed you a prophet to the nations. Okay, this is the Jeremiah quote. So he's saying that, but see, now that, I mean, I guess you could argue for anti-abortion with that if God knows you before you're born, then all life in God's eyes is sacred and known before you even exist. But that doesn't make sense. That's another hubris of man, that you are so special, that God loved you before, like you are so, get out of town, get off your fucking high horse, and come on down with the rest. No, we're not all that special. But I guess it's like people are like, oh no, the Lord is saying.
I think we're special because we can give life and take it away.
Mm.
Oops, that's the problem. That's too much. That means we have too much control, and they're afraid of that control as well.
Right, because women having babies is kind of like crazy. But you know that cats can have like 9 kittens at once.
Mm-hmm.
They have a uterine horn, and the little baby's gonna, which is, you can have multiple kitty daddies in one litter. Yeah, so that's
really?
why sometimes kitties look so different. Is that because there's like, if a girl cat's in heat, a male cat has a penile barb too. This is a lot of fun. So the female cat's like, give it to me, and they're like, yeah, and so then they jump on, and then they have a penis barb so that they stay attached to the lady cat.
Yeah, I heard
until they come. Okay, so ejaculate spews, boop, 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 boop. But then lady cat, she can go off, and another cat can be like, oh, she's in heat, and then so multiple kitty sperms.
Wow.
So, and there's the uterine horn has different fingers on it, and each one can have its own little thing with kittens in there. And they have all these kittens, and then they eat the little placentas off of them, the mommy kitty.
And then the tomcat just goes along his business.
Yeah, and then the big-headed kitty. I'm thinking I've got cats on the brain because of my kitten, and we took him to the veterinarian on Sunday for his second kitty checkup, third actually, and so he's had all of his shots, and now it's time to neuter him. But we asked the veterinarian philosophically, because we were discussing it philosophically, like, do we want, neither Jonathan nor I believe in child circumcision. I think circumcision is choice, his decision. I don't think that we need to mutilate children's bodies to make it easier for a mom to clean her child's penis, or because we've decided as a group it's weird looking. I don't know why we chop off the tips of baby dicks. I don't get it.
It's a myth too, by the way, that the fact that it's supposed to be cleaner and stuff, that it's healthier for a man to get circumcised. That's the total myth.
It's silly.
It is silly.
My boyfriend, smegma is gross, but like, you take a shower and you clean it out. It's a different time. Maybe like back in the old days when the Jews were wandering around the desert or some shit. Like, yeah, maybe it's an issue when you shower once a year, or you don't bathe, and it's like stinky and gross and weird, and they're like, you can't get in the temple with your stinky penis. Like, I get it, dudes smell gross, and maybe you don't want stinky dick in the penis, in the temple. Stinky dick face.
But the fact that it has a turtleneck helps protect it too.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, and it's more sensitive when it comes out and to play and everything. I mean,
and it's fun to play with too.
Do we gotta talk about? So I also believe, like, I don't know. So should I sterilize my cat? And so we asked the vet, and she told us, she goes, well, of course it is always your call. He's an indoor cat, but she's like, he's gonna start spraying. He'll start doing it.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, but he's such a sweet kitten, and he's so great, he won't do that. She's like, no, it has nothing to do with his personality. Once they get those balls, and they get that testosterone, and it's through, it's a biological thing. Like, the cat's gonna spray to mark his territory, to try to find, like, it's just, she was like, your house is gonna smell like dude cat pee, it's gonna be gross. And sometimes, if you wait until their balls drop, and then you take their balls off, thinking like, oh, they get more testosterone, that's great. If they start spraying, even if you chop their balls off, sometimes they don't stop, because they know what it is now, and they know how to do it.
Oh.
It's just pee. They just pee in places so that other cats can smell. And it's hard to keep clean, and that stuff is rank.
Yeah. I have 2 cats.
Yeah. So I was like, philosophically, I can't clean up that much cat pee, and she laughed. But she said, well, you know, uncircumcised, unneutered male kitties get big, beautiful heads, like big, beefy faces, and they're great. They're very pretty. But she's like, I really don't think that you want to do that. So we're
Chop that motherfucker's balls
Oh,
off.
he's such a sweet kitten too. I don't want his personality to change at
His
all.
personality's not going to change. I have a transgender kitty.
Oh.
So like, but listen, we had to get the cat's balls taken off because the fact that the food that he was eating was freezing his pee or something like that.
Yeah, it's
crystallizing it.
yeah, the crystals form in there. Cats get 70% of their liquid through their diet, and we've suddenly trained them how to eat kibble. So like we have to reintroduce wetness into their diet.
Yeah.
So they get, and boy, kitties can, yeah.
It can damage them and kill them.
Yeah. They
So
get tons of kidney issues and.
so that's another reason why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they turn. I've heard of that surgery where they turn his pee-pee into a because their penis is too skinny and they have to pass these crystals. It's like tiny kidney stones.
Mhm. Yeah.
For kitties.
Our cat had it, Sebastian. So that's another reason why it's just like cut its balls off.
Yeah. Get rid of the balls.
Yeah. It won't change its personality.
It would have been nice to bring it back around full circle. It would have been nice to cut the balls off of this Republican-run government right now. But at least we took back the House.
We got the
And
house.
we we took one ball away. We neutered half. We took a little power away from them.
We didn't neuter them completely.
Not completely. But again, it's the haves versus the have-nots, and the sooner that y'all in Arkansas realize that you're the have-nots, the Republicans are for the haves. You're not a have. You're not
You're
a
a
have.
not.
You're a not. Like.
But that racism is so ingrained.
Right, and that abortion is so keep women.
Ooh.
These two things, these gays, and these black people, and these Mexicans, immigrants.
I don't care about getting my life together, getting out of the trailer park. God damn it!
Yeah.
I'd rather stay here with my hate and my guns.
Well, how do we dissipate the hate when at the top levels of our government they are promoting it, and it's acceptable. They're not just promoting it. They're
You win with it.
They're making it. They're normalizing it. They're normalizing so that racism isn't something that is happening undercover. It's like, nope, we're out. We're racist. Yep, immigration.
You're not shamed as much. You get a star.
Yeah.
Or a seat in the Senate.
Ooh, scary stuff. All right, hey everybody, thanks for joining us.
Yay.
On Yeltscast.
I'm gonna go find something with some gravy.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm hungry now.
Yeah, I am too. But we're up next with Some Call Me Tim. David Samuel is here, and we're gonna talk about God. He has a super religious name, so it's cool. Thanks for listening to Mutiny Radio, and thanks for voting. Bye.
Bye.
Double click on the heart. There you go. There we go. Perfect. Yay!
I'm gonna go home and take a nap before.
Hell yeah! I have another crazy day though. I'm here and then I leave here at 3 to get on the bus to go pick up 3 kids from school.
Oh shit.
And then I get on another bus and I take them to somebody's to a house